The Radio Screamer Network proudly presents The Streets of Rock and Roll.
Hi, this is Fred Corey from Cinderella, and you're listening to Streets of Rock and Roll with my good dear friend, Ron Keel.
Welcome to the Streets of Rock and Roll with your host, Ron Keel.
That's me. This is it. Welcome to the program where we talk the rock and rock the talk. Is it a rock show or a talk show? That's the question. The answer is yes. Great to be on the air. As always, like they said, I'm Ron Keel. Hope you are doing fantastic, and thanks for lending me an ear. This week on the program, inside the multi-platinum history of a band called The Cult, with Cult drummer Lez Warner. And, I usually make this stuff up as I go along, but to set the stage, so to speak, I'd like to quote this article from blabbermouth.com. A few months back, Beggar's Archive released a 2-disc set from The Cult on CD and vinyl called Electric Peace, which pairs Electric with the abandoned Peace album. And then it gives us some background here. In 1985, The Cult enjoyed breakthrough success with the single She Sells Sanctuary and the album Love, establishing themselves as a new breed of alternative rock band. When it came to recording a follow-up, the band booked into the Manor Studios in Oxfordshire, with Steve Brown again producing the album. By the end of October 1986, the album was recorded, the masters assembled, and it was given the title Peace. However, the band weren't happy with the final results, which seemed too polished. Appreciating the rawness of Run DMC's Walk This Way, the band contacted producer Rick Rubin to remix the lead track, Love Removal Machine. Rubin agreed to work with the band, but only on the condition that the track was entirely re-recorded. The result was a sparse, dry, riffing version that captured the sonic excitement the band were looking for. Enthused by the results, the decision was made to abandon the expensive Peace recordings and re-record the entire album in New York with Rick Rubin. The new tracks would become the Cult's third album, retitled Electric, and a multi-million seller. So today we'll check out some tracks from that Cult re-release and compare the original recordings with the redone versions with the drummer on those sessions, Lez Warner from The Cult, on the program. This our opening song this week. Hell, let's just kick it off with something from The Cult to set the tone. Wildflower. Go something like this.
For you, my heart beats faster than
Back in for this with Lez Warner from the Cult on the Streets of Rock and Roll.
Have you ever dreamed of being a rock star? Now your dream can become a reality at Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp Studios, Las Vegas. Jam with legendary rock stars for hours in our professionally equipped studios, located just minutes off the Strip. Get ready to live the dream. And you'll have the pictures and recordings to prove it. Our Rockstar for a Day program makes the perfect rock and roll experience while visiting Las Vegas. It's also ideal for large groups, businesses, or pleasure. Or maybe bachelor and bachelorette parties, corporate outings, weddings, birthdays, anniversaries, and more. A once-in-a-lifetime experience perfect for all ages. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced rocker, there's a program to fit every rock and roll fantasy. And best of all, packages start at just $2.99. So book your once-in-a-lifetime experience today. It's never been easier to live your dream.
Back on the Streets of Rock and Roll, I'm your humble host, your fearless frontman, Ron Keel. And not only am I on the Streets of Rock and Roll, I am on location at Hit Track Studio in Cedar City, Utah, where I'm doing a session with a legendary drummer, a great guy, a good friend of mine, formerly with the Cult. Please welcome to the program, Lez Warner. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, mate. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. My pleasure, man. I want to talk to you about a lot of stuff, but first of all, we got to go back to your roots, the glory days with the Cult. What was that like?
Well, it was a lot of fun. I mean, I joined them in 86. Went for the audition, 160 drummers went for the audition. I got the job, and that was my main. I made it. It was like I'm there.
Absolutely, man. Gold, platinum. How many records did you guys sell back then?
Well, it was pretty decent. Yeah, it was good.
You've also got a new re-release of some of that stuff. Tell me about that.
Right. Well, we recorded the Electric album in 87, and we actually did it twice. We did the first version with Steve Brown, who produced the Love album, and then they took it to New York to mix it with Rick Rubin, and Rick said, "I'm not going to mix this. It was just too much reverb. It was crazy." He said, "I'll record the whole record again." So they decided, why not? Let's do it. So we spent months in the studio in London with Steve Brown. And then I had to recut all the drums in 1 week in Electric Ladyland, New York.
Now, I'm looking at it now. This is Electric, the new re-release, and this is both versions of the album on one release. Is that correct?
That's right, yeah.
And where do we get this at? I guess you just Google the Cult and find this. It's pretty cool, man. I want to play a little bit for the listeners, and we're going to play the original version, the Steve Brown version, and check the difference. Let's play
Love Removal Machine. This was the first single.
Now, for you listeners out there on the Streets of Rock and Roll, we're not going to tease you. We're going to give you the full song. This is the one that you ended up hearing on the radio, which was a big hit for Lez Warner, Ian Astbury, The Cult, and it's called Love Removal Machine on the Streets of Rock and Roll. Well, it sounds great, man. I like both versions. What's your preference? What do you think about these two different versions of the song?
Well, it was completely different the way we did it. Initially with Steve Brown, we mic'd everything up. We had clicks. We dropped in all the way through the record. It was a conventional way they did it right then in the 80s, you know?
Yeah.
Quantized everything, the whole bit. Rick Rubin was more very conventional, like, no click, no drop-ins. It is what it is. And we basically rewrote the tracks as we were going every day. So it was a completely different animal. And the album came out completely dry, right in the middle of all the records that were coming out at that time, like Billy Idol's record and all that, with full reverb.
We're all washed out, man. We did the same thing. Yeah.
Gated snare drums. Yeah. This was like a Back in Black. You know, it was really in your face, and I think that's why it really cut through the market.
What was that like when you knew you had the album finished and in the can, and then they told you got to redo the whole thing?
Oh my God, it was crazy because, you know, I mean, I thought, my job's done, finish the record, and then I got the call. You're coming out to New York, Electric Lady Land, we're recutting the drums in 1 week. It was like, all right, okay, right over Christmas time. And the results are definitely a lot better, you know, and it's sold a lot more than the other one would have done, I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely. The results speak for themselves, and the numbers don't lie. What are you up to now, man? What are you doing? You know, I know we're fellow Las Vegas people. My radio show, The Streets of Rock and Roll, is all about the Las Vegas rock and roll scene. It is the new rock and roll capital of the world. How long have you been in Sin City?
Well, I've been in Sin City for 11 years.
Wow.
And before that, I was in New York for like 10 years. You know, so I really loved it in the States, and I
So you're not really British. This is a fake accent?
That's right. I mean, no, luckily I've actually still got my English accent.
That's sexy. I bet all the girls like that, don't they?
It gets me work.
You deserve all the work that you can get, and I've enjoyed working with you on stage. We did, my first Vegas band was sitting in with your band, the Sin City All-Stars, and now we're on location doing a new album. What else you got going on? I know you've got a new manager. You're doing a lot of media, publicity, drum magazines, all that kind of stuff. Tell me about Lez Warner, the drummer, and the relaunch of your new career.
Well, you know, I've been in Vegas for 11 years, as I say, and I've been doing gigs and sessions from Vegas. And now I've got a new manager, and we're really pushing me getting out there in the real world again, the real rock and roll world. About a couple of years ago, I played with Montrose. I started playing rock again, and I'm working with the Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp, which they treat me really good, and we have a lot of fun, and it's meeting great musicians.
That's right. We got to plug the camp. You and I do a lot of that stuff together at Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp in Vegas, rockcamp.com. You got a gig coming up in San Diego with Mandy Lion. George Lynch is going to sit in. Tell us about that.
Yeah, man. That's I've played with Mandy before, and it's getting back to the real heavy stuff that I haven't played for years, and it's a lot of fun. We did a gig after Christmas, and Mandy's really like amazing singer. So he's got people from Ministry playing with him, from Montrose, and we're doing this gig. It's going to be great. I can't wait.
How do fans find you online? LezWarner.com, I guess?
LezWarner.com. I'm actually working on a new website. It's going to have everything on it, videos, photos, contacts, media, everything on there.
Now, I've noticed your name's spelled two different ways, L-E-S and L-E-Z. Which do you prefer, and which is the website?
I'm actually going for L-E-Z.
L-E-Z. I like that. That's sexy, man. Just like the accent. Man, I appreciate all that we've been able to do together. I look forward to doing a lot more in the studio. Hope to do some gigs together, and I wish you all